Good morning and welcome to Car Mechanic Simulator. My friend Ito has said to me on occasion, why don't you stream this game since you play it so much? So here I am to demonstrate why I don't stream this game. So this is a game in which you simulate being a car mechanic, as you can tell by the name. This is all mine. Hello Ito, how are you doing? I'm quite far in. I've unlocked most of the building. In fact, I've unlocked all of the buildings. This is my main garage floor. This is my repair station. And let's see. So there's two options here. I can take jobs from Joe Public. These are all cars that Joe Public want me to fix. Or I can buy my own and fix them up. This one here is a story car. I'm not going to touch it. It's a Volkswagen Golf without the name. This one here is clearly meant to be a Subaru. Possibly a Mitsubishi. But I like to call this the Itomobile because it looks good and then you look at it and it's absolutely rotten. This should be condemned. But I'm going to do something else. I'm going to go find a car of my own to do. So let's go to car auctions. I suppose I could fix up the Itomobile if I don't find anything worthwhile. How are you doing, Ito? I really should have put some music on. Oh well. So there's two auctions. The salvage auction, where you buy a car that's not in great nick and you fix it up. Or you take what's good for it and scrap it. There's a good auction where you can buy good cars. Quite expensive. There's one of those horrible Land Rover types. None of these are really taking my fancy, if I'm being honest. You won 3 drag races in Forza. Driving in a straight line, well done. Nah, none of these appeal to me, so what I'll do instead is I'll go back to the garage. And I'll just fix up the Itomobile. It makes life easier because I've already got a car. I'll bring out one of my other cars so you can see the state. So I own a whole bunch of wrecks. Let's see. Map, parking. So I've got these two cars. Let's pull this one to the garage. And this is the sort of the default car state. You can see it's largely incomplete. We call it a garage. We call it, yeah, this is a garage. A garage is also where you buy petrol/gasoline, but this is a garage, a car garage. So you can see the car is in pretty poor condition compared to one that is intact. I've already built this one up. The only thing I need to do is to tune it, but I don't care about that just now. So this one's got good bodywork. If I go to car status, you can see down here the body's mostly good. The parts are wrecked. Let's do this one. Oh no, we'll do this one. It's more cathartic to see the whole thing be transformed. So first of all, I will move it to car lift A, indoors. So now we're indoors, we can see what's going on. You can see it's in very poor condition. It's got 8% bodywork, 9% part condition. The whole thing is largely wrecked. There's very little actually of value in here. So what to do first? First of all, I'll drain the oil. And I'll turn the music on. Even though I hate the music in this game. Just let me know if the volume's too... that is too high, isn't it? There we go. So this car is called what? This is called the Bolt Reptilia, and it looks kind of cool, a 1980s supercharged car. So first things first, I want to drain the oil, otherwise I'll get fined for spilling oil all over the place. I don't think there's enough of this. Yeah, there's no engine in there to have any oil, but I'll do it anyway. Where's the oil drain? There. So this is the oil drain. You put this under a car. and you use it, and any oil that's in the engine gets removed, and then you put it back. Now, there is no oil in this engine because the bottom's off. So what I'll actually do first, just like a stream I used to see, but I don't follow. So can I just pull this engine out? No. The engine's attached to the gearbox and transmission and the drive shaft to the back of the car. So before I can pull the engine out, I need to take the gearbox and transmission off. Twitch mechanic streamer, or a real mechanic, as opposed to this nonsense. The music's quite obnoxious. So I will first of all take the drive shaft off by unscrewing these bolts. Now this is difficult to see because I'm so far out, but there's bolts and some of them are rusted. That's the drive shaft gone now, so I can now take the gearbox off. Literally, this is all the game consists of, is unscrewing bits. Now you can see the clutch release bearing, clutch plate, pressure plate, unscrew, 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 unscrew. It's a very repetitive game, it's quite cathartic because you see the car progress. Clutch plate and the flywheel as well needs to go. The Evo clutch. And there's the crankshaft out, so there really isn't much of an engine if I can just pull the crankshaft straight out. The Evo clutch. But I thought you were a manual driver, so you shouldn't have any issues with clutches. What am I doing? Engine hoist. Move the engine hoist over here. You can work on the engine where it is, but I prefer to take it out. So pull the engine out, and now come through to the workshop, and I can mount it on here, on this engine stand. That's basically just a block, isn't it? There's nothing there. You can see the outline of what the engine should look like, and how much of it's actually missing. The Subaru clutch went out twice when you owned it. I'm not surprised, having seen you play Forza. I'm not surprised in the slightest, my friend. So you can spin. There is literally nothing to this engine other than the block. Okay, that's encouraging. So I'm going to go over to this table, which is the repair table. And it's a little skill-based game where you have to land the arrow in the green bits, which might be difficult if you're colourblind. To repair them, you pay money to do so. This is basically the equivalent of sanding off all the rust and stuff. And engine block. There we go. That's me. I've fixed everything in the engine block, so I can now install this back. How do I do this? Part mount. There's the engine block, all shiny now. And you see there's these highlighted areas that are telling me you can install stuff here. That's literally what this game is. It's literally a jigsaw. So I'm after 8 crank pistons, 8 pistons, a new flywheel. These flywheels are knackered. So what I can do is I can say add to shopping list. So say add to shopping list the flywheel, the piston, 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 piston. Have I got a good power steering pump? Nope. Flywheel, power steering pump, oil filter, and alternator. The flywheel went out. Like I say, I've seen you play Forza. And you go to tablet, and you can just go to car parts, open shopping list, and you can see all the things that I've queued up to be bought. So I'll buy a fuel filter, alternator, and different shop for the alternator, oil filter, power steering pump. I've already got an engine block, thank you, I must have misclicked. 8 pistons, and I need piston rings as well. This is a V8 piston ring. I need to buy 8 of these, and this is what this game is. There's nothing else to it. So I bought my new flywheel. No, I didn't. I must have forgot to buy the flywheel. Back to the shop. And electronics as well. So I go to the electronics store and I say I want to buy an alternator. Thank you. This is my money up here. everything you mentioned. Yeah, there's a reason why I called the car outside the Eatomobile. Screw that on. You put in the pistons. I'll turn it round so you can see. No, that's the right angle. Piston and ring go together onto the crankshaft. It's repetitive. This game is incredibly repetitive. It's quite cathartic though, because you can see things like rusted ruins become something of worth. I click way too fast. I apologise. I'm kind of used to it now. Crankshaft bearing caps and rod caps. Let's see. This is where I keep all my things. So this is my inventory. This is where I keep all the stuff. I'm in the bodywork section, so I want to go to engines. Here you can see all the stuff that I've got. I click way too fast. I can see why I lose AoE. I forgot what I came in here for. Bored of the engine. Let's do something else. Let's pull this apart. Take the hood off. There's not much bodywork on this car, to be honest. Take all the bodywork off. Front right fender. There's no bumper on it. Rear tail light. Look at those lovely wheels. But that's what you make the you make money by fixing up cars and selling them. So I bought this car for 10,000 at an auction, I think, or maybe the junkyard, and I basically make a profit by fixing it up and selling it on. Or I could take on a job on this. There's a list here. Here's a simple one. This is a customer job. This one here, they say they want me to do something to the car, so other tasks, they want me to tune the car. I'm not interested in that, go away. I'll do that later. But you can basically take pay jobs, because you start off with very little money, and you have to take on jobs for work. Or work for money, but after a while you've got enough money you can buy cars yourself and fix them up and flip them. That's the state I'm at. What was I doing in here? Oh yeah, I was looking at the wheels. It's got to disassemble the suspension. Nice wheels, man. Is this the state your wheels were in? I remember you had an issue with your tyres. There's the brake disc, brake caliper. And the wheels are nice, it was just the actual tyres that were ruined. They were shiny, you mean? Let's see, so this is a leaf spring model rather than any fancy pants wishbone suspension. I don't actually know anything about cars, so take that as written that I've worked out how to play the game, but I've not actually learned anything about cars in the process. Just unscrew, put a bit of WD-40 onto this. Take the calipers off. I wish the game modelled damage more realistically than just a number that makes parts rusted. Take off the hub and the knuckle, and to get at the suspension I need to lift the car up. But first, now do you see why I don't stream this? I'll go repair some of these components. This game is incredibly repetitive. It's like any other sim person, people who play simulators. It's got to repair the bodywork. Same minigame. And now I can install that bodywork back on the chassis and it will look slightly less horrendous. So you can see there's outlines of everything I need to install to have a complete car. Don't have that. There's quite a lot I don't have on here, to be honest. But yeah, this use the welder, move the welder to car lift A, and do I want to repair the chassis? Yeah, go on. And watch as the rust magically evaporates. Apart from on the bumper, which is filthy. Brand new car, very shiny. You wouldn't guess that it was a wreck. And I play the game simply because it's involved enough that you have to think about what you're doing, but mindless enough that your mind can wander. Do they like modify the engine? Yeah, absolutely. Although you're stuck, like I'll show you. I take this engine off here. God, this music is annoying. How do I do this? It's attached to stand. So I'll take the engine off. And what I can do is I can say I want to create a new engine. And this is a list of the engines I can create. There's 6 pages of them. Different. Some cars won't take certain engines. In addition to that, for engines, you've got your standard component list. Clear this, I don't need this list anymore. And back. So you've got your standard car parts, which are like engine heads of different classes. So you're building a class of engine, or you can also buy tuning components, which are like your sports editions and stuff. So yeah, there is a bit of customization. You can see here there's multiple different types of front exhausts and intake manifolds and all that for tuning. Yeah, you can tune the cars up properly. Install engine on this stand, put it back. Is that? Yeah, that's the one I was working on. You can buy like performance body parts as well. Let's show you taking. So I'm going to take apart this wheel. So I can buy new rims and tires and customize those within reason. Like you can't put too big a tire in, otherwise it won't fit. Do I have any tires? I think I do. In the warehouse. In the warehouse of Gubbins. Warehouse. Wheels and brakes. Yeah, I've got a couple of... I bought the wrong size for a job, and that's why I've got some spare tires kicking about. So see, I've got a fair stock of wheels and stuff. I don't really dip into that too often. Because usually the game has opinions about what wheels were involved there before. So if I go to like part mount, it's not going to show me, but if I mount this and I'll have to reassemble the whole wheel structure. That's fine. Screw it up. I'll need to take that off. Oh, it's going to make me do the whole thing, isn't it? Yes. So that's the parts I've just refurbished. So you can see here it's got two highlights. It's got race tire A, race tire B, and rim retro 03. That would be to restore the car as it was, but I can put any rim and any combination of rim and wheel on this that I want. Rim and tire. But it's going to take me a couple of hours to strip this car down, so I probably won't finish this on stream. This is why I don't stream it. It's literally this over and over again. I'll show you a different car briefly so that I can show you some of the systems in the game. I already knew this car was a wreck, but it's front door. I always get confused. So here's the Golf, the stand-in Golf. We'll take it over to... No, what we'll do first is I will... So you've got all these additional tools. So you've got an OBD scanner, you've got fuel pressure test, tyre tread, and electronic multimeter and compression testers. I'll run the OBD test. Basically what this does is it lets you see what the condition of a part is without, up the top left it says there spark plugs 100%, without you having to pull the car apart. You used to have an OBD scanner or a Volkswagen Golf. You see that I'm just running tests. I'll give you code to things that are broken. Yeah, that's what they do. But I've already fixed this car up, so there's not really any value to run the full suite of tests on this. But what there is, well, I'll get in and drive it. There's a test track. Oh. Yeah, because I was pulling this car apart. Hey, look, it's another Etomobile. I was pulling the car apart because they want me to tune it up, which means replacing it with performance parts, but I'll just for the sake of demonstration, because I don't have a working car right now. I'll just fill it up with oil. Then, when the bottle does that, you know it's time to stop. And you can check the dipstick. See, that's an acceptable amount of oil. And we'll go to the test. Oh, for goodness sake, I really did. I was in the process of pulling this car apart, wasn't I? There's no coolant. Coolant lives here. Yeah, these are things that you didn't put in your Subaru, right? I have brake fluid, yeah. The brake fluid reservoir is this yellow thing here. So I've got engine oil, I've got windshield, got coolant, I've got brake. I think that's everything, isn't it? Let's drive to the test track. Oh, power steering fluid. The game doesn't simulate fuel. Is that really? That is really empty. Wow. Doesn't simulate fuel. You just fill it up with power steering fluid, despite the fact it's a Golf and wouldn't have power steering. Like, this is a really cool retro car. Drive the car. We'll go to the test track first. Unfortunately, you can't drive. It's not open world. You can't drive around open world style. There's set arenas. So I'm driving that. Oh, that's loud. That's very loud. That's super loud. I can't even hit settings. Unfortunately, no, it won't let me break it. It's the main thing I would say I don't like about the game. That's still really loud, isn't it? See, that should break. That should cause damage to the car. But if I hadn't already worked in this car, what would happen now is I would get a breakdown of everything that wasn't working properly, and I'd be able to feel like if the steering was loose or the brakes were weak. But I've already worked in this car. I know it's in good condition. I'll get a breakdown of parts, but you can see these are all the parts, but they're all okay. But what should have happened is really I should have gotten damage for ploughing into the barrier, but nothing. It's the biggest disappointment in the game. Another disappointment is that, like, as you saw, I was getting error messages when I tried to start the car without oil. Like, that should have tried to turn over and then broken something, but it didn't. Put this back. Let's see, what else is there? I could show you the junkyard if you care, because this is going to take me hours. Probably a couple of hours to fix this car up. Let's go to the junkyard. Oh, wrong door. Back in. It takes a while, yeah, there's a lot of parts. There's like 200 parts per car. Can we take the Etomobile? I very much doubt it. Yeah. The engines and bits. I've not worked. The only thing I've done in this car is the bodywork. I haven't touched any of the internals. Where did I leave the Golf then? Over here. So this is technically a customer's car, but I don't care. Let's go to the junkyard. It takes a while to fix. I mean, the jobs you get don't tend to take that long because it's usually one thing they want fixed. But we're talking about a strip down and rebuild of the entire car. Loading screen simulator. Let's see if we can find another Etomobile. So this is a junkyard. Most of the cars aren't interactable, but you have these piles of junk. So you're looking for bits that you might be able to renovate and put to good use without paying full price for them. But I won't go through that just now. A lot of these are... Hey, what kind of car is this? There's this examination mode where you can look at it. As you can see, oh, it's a rear-engined. I've only seen one rear-engined car in this game before. It's not in good nick. Not in good condition at all. Let's examine it. There's a demo of this game. I recommend you try it at some point. The demo will give you a very good feel for how the rest of the game is. I'd say you can see there that a lot of that is red, but you can't, considering you're colourblind. But a lot of this car is not fit for purpose. It would probably cost a lot of time and effort to rebuild this. What kind is it anyway, and how much do they want for it? It's an Elenti-Calop, and it will cost me 8,000 to buy. I'll probably spend 35 to 40,000 fixing it up, and I'll maybe sell it for 50, 52. So it probably isn't worth it. Let's have a look and see what else there is. But yeah, there's a demo for this on Steam. Absolutely recommend getting it and trying it and see how you get on. Is that a real car? No, it's just scenery. You don't know? Scenery. Scenery. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to search in here, but the overwhelming amount of the time you're not going to pick up anything interesting. That's interesting, we'll have that. That's where most of my collection of stuff has come from. Like I'll find something that could be put to use. But this is incredibly tedious, don't show this. There's another car. What kind is this? It's another Katagiri Katsumoto. They want 5 grand for it, which suggests that there's very little to it. So I'm not going to do that. I've already got junk cars. That's similar. Yeah, so this is the junkyard. I think you get the point. And it's going to say, do you want to pay for these? And I'll say, yeah, I'll pay for them. But yeah, a lot of the time, for most of the playthrough, you don't have much money. So what you tend to do is you tend to scrounge parts, either from the junkyard or from other jobs to complete jobs. Like if I go to a job, for instance, what do you want? It's probably one. So this one wants a general gearbox and repair. This number here, 60%, tells me that if I replace a part, I have to replace it with something that's at least got this much condition. So having a whole bunch of crap parts can be useful for people who don't want to pay much to. Like there's one that 43%. He basically wants to replace bits of his car with ruined bits. He's willing to pay for that, so it can be sometimes useful to do so. Back to the main task at hand. Have I got anybody? No. Okay. And I've pulled these brake discs off this car here. Let's pull the last one off while I'm here. That one hasn't got brake discs. And now you see why I don't stream this. Brake pads. Like, the damage model is really simplistic. The rust you see here, that's the only indication of damage. Whereas in real life, if there was like a crash or something, then you could see damage, bent parts and stuff. But you only ever see rust on these internals. You'll see bent body parts, but you won't see any. Pull the rest of this apart later. Onto the lathe, so I can lathe these brake discs to get their condition up, which, if this is a real thing, I'm kind of worried of just grinding the rust off and it's good as new. That doesn't seem right to me. I don't have any V8 engine heads. I might have some in storage. Into the storage cupboard. And I'll just pull everything out here. There's like 5 pages, crap. But because I've got bits from so many different cars, I don't know which parts apply to which engine, so I just pull everything out. It removes the deep cuts. Fair enough. Because I'm used to rim brakes on bikes, the idea of actually making your rim thinner seems like a really bad idea. Could have had one of these in stock, in storage. It's not a fun game. It's not an entertaining game. What it is, it's a podcast game. It's a game to play while listening to something else. Don't have any V8 camshafts, so I'll order up a couple of those. Don't have a V8 manifold, so I'll order up one of those. It's very much a podcast game. And because building is such an involved process, like there are, as I say, hundreds of parts per car. And you have to screw them and pull them apart and all sorts of things. It's a time sink. I don't have any spark plugs, really. Right. I'm going through them at a hell of a rate, so I'll order some more. Electronics, give me some spark plugs, please. I'll buy 30. I only need 8 for this car, but do you hire workers? No. It's just me. Like, there are things they could add to the game that would make it so much better. Like reputation or time limits. Stuff like that would massively improve the game. But they haven't added it for some reason. And the other thing was an ignition coil. And having employees would also help it, I think, yeah. But it's literally, it's not like Garage Simulator, you're just simulating being a mechanic. Timing belt, how many of those have you snapped? Two. They should let you move up so you can just send people to... I agree. I think the game would be excellent if it had some kind of progression in that way. One thing you can do is you can sort of set things like that off and then go back to work, and then when you come back it's finished. Part mount, no. it's good for what it is, but what it is not really a simulator. Like it's a bare minimum you would expect a simulator to be a bit more. I don't need to know how anything in a car works. I just need to hover over the highlighted bits. And I can fair, like, until a week ago, I assumed that when you put oil in the top of an engine, go to a car with an engine. What I assumed when you put this in here, and there's an oil pan at the bottom, that means the entire engine is full of oil, rather than it being pumped into very specific areas. This game doesn't teach you that. So you're never going to learn anything playing this game, unlike Flight Simulator, for instance, where you will learn some. This is like Mechanic Cosplay Simulator, I think, rather than Mechanic Simulator. If that makes sense. I've thought about, imagine that would be awesome, but it's pretty much the same idea as a car engine. The engines are bigger, that's all. Crankshaft bearing caps, don't have, oh, I do have 3. Like, there's absolutely no knowledge involved here whatsoever. I don't know what a rod cap is. It should be 8. Yeah. Did I buy this already? I don't remember. Expensive if I didn't, but I've got enough money. Let's buy 30 rod caps as well, since I go through them on every build. Rod cap 1. They should make one where they link simulators, like you fix a car, people drive it and wreck it, then the hospital sims would take over. Isn't that what they're trying to do with Metaverse, like the Facebook thing? But yeah, imagine this combined with Forza. Or there's a game called Automation, which is a game about running a car company, where you have to design the cars and come up with the specifications, and then you can import that into a game called, can't remember what it's called. There's another game where you can actually drive the cars you've built in the other game. But yeah, it would be really cool to have like a sort of unifying simulator. But the fact that there's no damage modelling in this game is its biggest weakness. By far. If I try and turn over an engine that's got no oil in it, I should expect there to be damage. I shouldn't expect there to be a message that says there's no oil in this car. Yeah, exactly, there should be a reputation system. There's no penalty for me stealing bad parts, or stealing good parts from cars I'm fixing and replacing them with worse ones. There should be a reputation system, review system. But it's a really, I don't know. I see I see the promise, but I don't think that's really what the game's about. The game is a fantasy. You're fantasizing running a car garage rather than any kind of realistic attempt at simulating it. Didn't I just buy a supercharger? It is a Wrench Monkey fan, yes. Tighten the bolts, that's what Bilbo Baggins hates. Wait, that's not right. But this is why I've been playing it so much, is because it allows me to shut my brain off. But not so far that my mind can wander. Because, you know, I'm not going through a great time recently. And it kind of acts as something to distract myself. More spark plugs. It's a perfect. It's the perfect game to waste time on, and that's literally what I use it for, is to waste time. Another timing belt. Timing cover I've got. I could have sworn I had one of those. But it's impossible to make mistakes. That sucks. Like the other game I played, the other job simulator I played, Hard Space Shipbreaker. I don't know if you saw the stream of me playing that, the one where you're pulling apart a spaceship. It is so easy to make a mistake and destroy the whole ship. I don't know if you saw that one, but it's ridiculously easy to break the ship apart. Stick these rollers in for the timing. Got loads of these in stock. That is a thing that can happen. Like if you've got if you build it, then you notice you left something out, you have to take it apart again. That is technically something that can happen, because as I say, if you're working on a job, have a look at this. I don't have any jobs. So I'll pull this one. Make some space, fine. So I'll move this to the, I don't care, go to the car wash. I need to make space. I don't want to be here. Go away. Which one? Let's go to look at this one. Engine car does not start, so this is a perfect job. But if you look at the job docket, wherever it's gone, they say they want 53%, so it's possible to reassemble it with parts that are below 53%. And then it's like deep inside the engine, you have to pull the whole thing apart again to find it. I've done that a few times. It's quite annoying. But yeah, it's... I'm just... Every car I take on is like another 2 hours, and I've just taken several on in this stream. Man, what an idiot. Oh well. But I'm not going to stream the whole thing. I think I'll get to the point where this car turns over, and then I'll call it there. And I wish it was possible to see like a list of all the parts that a car has, rather than me have to only realising I need a belt tensioner after I get to that point in the build. Because then I could just buy them. I could have a stock of these things rather than, oh, I need a belt, a water pulley belt. Okay, why have I not got those? Go to online Amazon shop, buy one, then immediately fix it because it's got instant delivery. Just the game, I really enjoy it, but you can see the potential. Is there any part of your car that didn't break, Keto? I think that's probably a quicker list, is parts that haven't broken. The muffler never broke. Okay. Is that the whole list? Man, it's crazy. Why was it just, did you buy it in that state, or were you just really bad at driving and you drove it ragged? I need 2 of these. Subarus. I thought they were meant to be quite good cars. Like they're used in rally for. They have to be quite reliable, I imagine. Although I suppose rally teams have got mechanics on hand to fix issues. Ignition coil. I still don't know what any of this does. I've got an idea of how it works, but is that the engine built? Fuel rail. Don't know what one of those is. I guess it's a rail for fuel. fuel injector system. Don't know what DI stands for. The problem with this game is it gives you delusions. You think, I could pick up an old car and I could fix it up. Wouldn't that be fun? No, it wouldn't. This game has taught me nothing. Is that the engine is built, isn't it? Yeah, that's... Let's quickly check. Make sure... Oh, I've missed that fuel rail. That coil cover. It gives you delusions of productivity. Start that sentence again. It makes you think that you're being productive when you're really not. This is a jigsaw puzzle. A literal jigsaw puzzle. Except the parts are the same every time. I have to take the engine off by pointing at a stand, so take the engine off. Go back through to the main workshop and we'll stick it in here. You would need all the tools to fix it, like the car lift and the engine crane. So this is the engine I've just built. See, it's all in perfect condition because there's very little of the original engine in it. Move this away. What now? Finish taking apart the suspension, I guess. Don't worry, I have no intention of ever getting a car to fix up. I'm the least technically minded person I know. Like, I've got a bike downstairs that I need to fix and I haven't got around to it for months. And it would take maybe 5-10 minutes to do. Instead, I'll fix 100 fictional cars. I don't know, in real life, would just unscrewing a leaf spring not cause it to catapult out and kill you? Like, I know there's dangers involved in being a car mechanic. This game doesn't simulate. Do I have a bike fixing sim? No. I think it would... A bike fixing sim would take about 2 minutes to see everything. There is another game by the same company that makes this called PC Building Simulator. And it's literally the exact same as this, but with PCs instead of cars. Bewildering. But people enjoy it, so who am I to complain? And it's very competently made for what it is. Why does this leaf spring not want to come out? Because of the rubber bushings. These rubber bushings are the bane of my existence. Like, how are you supposed to know there's a part there? I don't know, I've not played it. So I don't know whether it's modern PCs, like where you have to buy graphics cards and stuff. Or it might be through the ages. Right, so there's now no suspension on this car at all, on the rear of the car. Like, this is so much not the kind of game that I play, yet I can't stop playing it. Bizarre. Like, I know you think that I play a lot of Sims, but this really is not my kind of game, but I can't stop playing it. Because it's boring, and boring is good for my current situation. I won't go into too much detail about that, but as you know, I'm not been in a great place, hiding from Twitter and stuff because it was destroying me. So this has kind of been what I've been doing in place of Twitter. Is this radiator drained? So you're basically just trying to find the one bit that you can pull apart to unlock the next bit to pull apart. The radiator is shot. The whole car is shot. I picked it up in a junkyard. Did you break your radiator in your Subaru? Front sway bar. You're it's quite, that amuses me. Catalytic converter, front suspension cross member. In real life, like, there's nothing holding this engine in at all. Like, there's no crankshaft, there's no gearbox or anything. In real life, that engine would just fall out. So it's not like, I get that working in this stuff in real life is super fiddly. Fuse box as well. You can see there's nothing in the car apart from that beautiful engine that I just built. Take this knackered wheel. Get to repairing in the most boring mini game of all time. Like, this is the kind of thing where you'd have actual mini games for each part, where you have to like run an angle grinder over the part or something, and where it's skill based rather than just clicking the button. Radiator was shot. You replaced the radiator in the hoses going out to the radiator. How did you manage that? How would one go about breaking that? I genuinely don't know. Were you running without coolant? Like, at least in this game, on the brake discs and the wheels have things happening visually when you're repairing them. The repair table has nothing. Okay, so what was... I was pulling these wheels apart, wasn't I? We'll fix the other rim. Everything in the front was replaced. What did you do to the car? You must have done something. It's not like the whole car just decided to break down. Just drove it without oil, without coolant. Or did you drive into a wall or something? I don't know. I'm being aggressive. I'll stop. Like how stupid this is. There's nothing holding that there. It's floating in the air. There's nothing holding that in place. Like, there's another game that I've played called My Summer Car, which is very similar to this insofar as you're putting together a car, but it's way more fiddly. So I need 4 hub bearings. I'll go to the... Like, you actually have to get your head into the space. I might as well buy loads of these. You have to get your head and your wrench into the place that you're working in. And it's a simulation rather than this, which is like not a simulation of a car. Like, if in that game, if your timing belt, if you try to start the car and your timing belt's off, for instance, it will splutter and cough. If your timing belt's set up incorrectly, you'll hear it squealing and stuff like that. Whereas this is car assembly simulator. I'm going to stream My Summer Car at some point, I think. Okay, I need a new steering rack. Behold the flying disc brake. Stick gearbox in. Why not? I'm here. I like the way that you can just take an angle grinder to a gearbox and magically fix it. It's very realistic. Open. Electronic shop, please. Might as well buy an ABS module and an ABS pump while I'm here. Make sure I get the right starter. You broke your starter as well. Did you break your ECU? But I don't know what an ECU is. Electronic control unit, I think, but I don't know what it does. I have no idea. Yeah, but what does it do? Like, I understand how gearboxes work, I understand how engines work, in theory. I don't understand the reality of them. But, like, why does the front of the engine look like this? Why are there so many belts? That makes no sense. It just doesn't make any sense why there'd be so many belts in this. What am I doing? I've lost track of what I'm doing. Get these rubber bushings in the way that I remember. Because these things are the bane of my existence. Because you could build the whole car up and think, good, I'm done. And then when you try and start it, you say, there's a rubber bushing missing. God damn it. Front sway bar. Steering rack. It's the brains of the car. I need to sort out my suspension as well, which is probably a question thing you've had to deal with. It's quite funny. I'm being quite rude to you. I apologise. I'll stop. I won't. Steering rack goes in. You had your computer tuned, made it faster. That's probably what broke the car. Tie rods, which are used for tying something to something. Like, overclocking on a computer will break a computer if it's done poorly, so maybe that's what killed your car. Okay, I need a disc brake. This music, I hate it, but there isn't anything better on the channel. Thank you. Put together a brake. And the gear hub, which lives in here. Oh, I need rubber bushings. I don't have enough. It's clear search. Type up here, rubber bushing. Right, you go through these. I think there's like 36 of them in a car. And I'll buy 20 of the small ones. I think someone on Twitter called this game Rubber Bushing Simulator, and that's reasonable. That's not an unreasonable thing to say. I still need to deal with the... what do I need to deal with? Suspension. Hey, another machine I've got. The spring puller. What you do is you put your shock absorber into it, and it pulls it apart. this is the part where, in real life, if I was trying to do this, I would get killed by a spring flying off at 200 miles an hour. Let's see if I can do anything with these. I cannot. They're wrecked. Inventory. Let's see. How many rubber bushings I've got? So front shock absorber cap, front spring. And I don't know which kind of shock absorber it was. Was it double wishbone? It was a double wishbone, so I need to order 2 of those. So order 2 double wishbones, 2 front springs, and 2 front caps. So I kind of know how the car's put together, but I don't have any basis for how to actually do it in real life, which is a shame. Because I feel like when I play Flight Simulator, I actually learned something. Double wishbone front and shock absorber. You lowered the car, so you basically, I don't know anything about cars. That's the wrong one. Oh, double wishbone, that's right. I don't know how one would go about lowering a car. Yo dog, I heard you like small springs, so I put small springs in your car, so you can have small springs while you small spring. I don't. Shut up. In my defence, it is currently 7 in the morning, so don't expect quality humour from me. Don't have any tyres. Last bit, I think. Yeah, that's everything I can do from down here. Oh, I have a tie rod. What wheels? What tires did this use? I refurbed all the wheels, didn't I? 3 of them. So I need to go to my wheels. I believe it was these race tires, wasn't it? So, Rim Retro 03B, 18 inches, ET, don't know what ET means. I need to buy one of those. Race tire 2640 R18. No, not 2640, but 28540. Are these all 28540 R18s? 28540 R18, so I want to buy 4 of those. It simplifies matters because some people will have, some cars will have tires or different diameters, just to annoy me. Wheel shop. This interface sucks. I'll put my hand up and say this interface absolutely sucks. Can you write down in the chat for me 285/40R18? I'll do this. 285/40R18. Is that right? Yeah, I've got it. It's okay. 285/40R18. Okay. I should click in this, and it should come pre-filled with the. And it should come pre-filled with the options I've picked. Thanks, Ito. 18 radius, width 285, profile 40. When I select this in the wish list, shopping list, it should automatically come pre-filled. That's really poor design. Start that while I order the tire back. The rim rather, it was this one I wanted. 18 degree, 18 inches, 0 ET. Don't know what ET is, don't care. Take that. Install this one. Balance. Another mini game where I balance the wheel, whatever that is. They call this rotating the tyres, I believe. No idea what that means. Maybe like all terrain, all drive, right? So I'm just going A and B to rotate the tyre, and then I click a button. I need to do this before I can install them on the car. Lost my OBS window. 1 second. Thank you. Take and balance. How long have I been going for? Just over an hour. That was quite quick for a car build, actually. Not finished yet, though. I've not done the rear suspension at all, dang it. Put on there. That's one. It'd be quite cool if they had like a Formula 1 or NASCAR version of this, where you have to build up the NASCARs or Formula 1 cars. This is quite... they're quite different to normal cars. Rear-engined, rear-wheel drive, very different to what you're used to. Without brake pads, that can't be true. That cannot be right. I refuse to believe I'm out of brake pads. Indeed, got loads of them. But yeah, I recommend trying the demo. Oh, that's ruined. Why not get any cows just there? Dang it. Switch tab. I really have no calipers. I know what I'll do it. No, I won't. I was going to steal the brake calipers from one of the cars outside, but they're not on a hoist, so I can't get them. If the car was in another car lift, I would absolutely do that. That's not what I meant to click on. Oh, bloody hell. Come on. Fine. It's quite fidgety sometimes. I'll take 2 of these, and I'll take 2 of these. No, I only need 1 of these. Wheel hub, rear drive axle is also broken. I'm sure there's a way to take an inventory of what's broken before you start rebuilding. I'll need another one of these. I don't think I do. I think I've already built that other side. Brake disc. Have you finished the quiz yet? Have you got any more on the game audio quiz? In case anyone else was watching, Ito and I were doing I guess the sound effect quiz earlier. Oh yeah, those bolts that go in the wheel, we had to replace those. Just have a quick drink of tea, being British. For you, it was less a case of pimp my ride and more a case of save my ride. perform emergency surgery on my ride. He gave up. Okay, I don't have any of this stuff. I might have some in the box of gubbins. Speak to me, box of gubbins. What have you got? Nothing for engines, nothing for suspension. Nothing I want in here. So it looks like I'm having to build a whole exhaust system from scratch. Like 2 of these, a fuel tank. I need 2 of these, I need 2 of these. 2 catalytic converters, did you break any of those? You're such a car nerd. Buy a fuel tank, buy 2 exhaust pipes. 2 mufflers, 2 catalytic converters. Has to sound cool, though it doesn't. Every time I hear a car with a loud engine, I go brr, 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 brr. And then I hold up my pinky in a way that suggests that they have very small gentleman sausages. I'm pretty sure putting all this in before you put the leaf spring in is not correct. That's okay, I can appreciate upgrading a sound system because music is good. Unless you're one of those people who goes like if you can hear a car doing that, then you think that's a very silly person. Leaf spring. We're almost there, Ito. I can feel it. We're almost at the point where the game tells... Oh, no. We're almost at the point where the game tells me that I forgot to install a washer. Sorry, a bushing, or busher, whatever they're called. Car always go boom boom with the bass. Ito, I'm so disappointed, man. Let's give a quick look around for rubber bushing opportunities. Oh, there's one there. Ah. And another one. I think that's the back done. I believe that's the back done. Oh, you missed one. Wait, what am I missing? Well, there's currently no connection between the engine and the exhaust. Do I fix that? Fine. I didn't click on the wheel. What else? What else? What else? I believe... Ah, rubber bushing. I see you there. You don't escape me that easily. Oh, there's a sway bar. Ah. Damn it, camera. There, that's everything I need to do from underneath the car. Now it's just the... Is that a new battery or is that the old battery? That's a new battery, okay. Fuse box. Time to do the electrics. Do I have any fuses in stock? Yes. No? One. Okay, I'll just do the whole thing then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's everything. That's the whole, your whole... So I now need to go to the electric shop, which is not here, it's here. 3 medium fuses. Like there's very little memorization done here, it's just click the thing a certain number of times and then it automatically appears. Like in My Summer Car, the other game I was talking about, if you install the battery incorrectly, you can electrocute and kill yourself. But in this, there's no risk whatsoever. Tinted windows all around. There are no tinted windows in this game. Worst game ever. And then the fuse box cover, which I don't have, so I need to order one. Like I'm not doing anything to make these ghosts appear. Or the outlines apart. So if I take this back off, I'm not touching the controls. I'll switch to part mount. Because the fuse box is complete, that's what causes it to appear. So it's impossible to mix that up. ABS. Let's get. Again, I don't know what I do know what ABS is, but I don't know how it relates to the rest of the car. Coolant reservoir. That's not an electrical part, you silly boy. Tinted windows all around. Reservoirs. I think I need a coolant. Did I buy a coolant? Oh, yeah, I did. It's already installed. Radiator. I've got 2 radiators in my inventory. Is that it? Is that everything? Fan. And filter. I always forget the air filter and the brake servo for some reason. Only need one of them. Buy it. I need one of these. Buy it. I need one of these and buy it. Yeah, this is gripping, isn't it? I need a fan. What fan? Radiator housing fan. Clear search. Radiator housing fan. Radiator fan housing fan. That's the one. Like it's possible to buy the wrong thing. That's why I didn't buy the air filter cover despite seeing it there. Because I could have bought the wrong one and it wouldn't fit. Have we broken an air filter? Or clips to close the air filter? Oh, if you don't need it, if it goes out you can still brake. Yeah, ABS is like power steering in that regard. It's an assist rather than an integral part of the car. Is that everything? Rubber bushing? Do a quick check of the bushings. We got a rubber bushing. Sway bar, rubber bushing. It's looking good so far. ECU. Electronic shop. Rubber bushing, rubber bushing. I believe that's us. Looks good, doesn't it? Don't have any of these parts. I could order them. I'll just test the car first. Time to turn over the engine? I think so. I don't know why I'm putting windscreen washing fluid in when I don't have a windscreen. Brake servo. So I've done power steering, windshield, brake fluid. What am I missing? Power steering and engine oil. Motor oil, indeed. Where's the... So I've built this engine, but I don't know where there it is there, where the cap is. Glug, 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 glug. Check dipstick. That should be enough oil, but let's double check. Where is the dipstick? He's the one holding the mouse and keyboard. Ha ha ha! Yes, very good. That's enough. Okay. Let's get the testing kit out. It should say everything's okay. Because I've just installed everything, so it will say everything's okay. Right. All good. ABS modules, not great. What? I just bought that. What do you mean ABS module's not right? I literally just bought this. So you can see if I were to sell it now, I'd make a profit of 70 grand, but it's not finished yet. Here's a list of all the components I've installed. I don't know why that reported 75% for the ABS. Let's get the engine running. Yes. Looks good. All looks good. Let's take it to the test track. Oh, I can't. There's no internals. Let's move it to where? Take it to the outside. I've got too many cars. Interior. Stick car. I don't have any car seats. Car seats, where are you? In the warehouse. Interiors. There's an engine about for fun. Just for something to do. Change warehouse, and it's... Will it be under bodywork? It's bolt reptilia, so... I don't think I've got any interiors in. I'll take this stuff because it's the same car. This is stuff I picked up from my scrapyard. Let's bash it together. Well, it's probably called the junkyard in America. Do I have any seats? No. Okay, just buy them then. What did I just fix then? Yes. Not enough, but it's the seats I'm after, so let's get interior assemble mode. And I'll just order a steering wheel, front left seat, front right seat. Interior shot. By the right. Interior assemble. There's not room for backseat, is there? No, look at it. Oh, it's a thing of beauty. Yes. Yes. Should turn the volume down a bit, that's quite loud. Can I do that from here? Yes. Let's go, take it for a drive. No windshield. For the suspension test. And across the line. I failed the brakes test. American cars are terrible. They're just handled so poorly. But it's fun. Like, I built a car that's the equivalent of a Bentley, and it developed like 800 horsepower, and it drove like a tank. It was horrible. An oil tanker rather, not a tank. Car's in perfect condition. Let's just see if there's any performance parts for the body. I'm just queuing up stuff for the shop. Body tuning. What car is this? Bolt Hornet. Get yourself a performance hood. Let's get one of those. This isn't a Bolt Hornet, is it? No, this is a Bolt Reptilia. You've just spent 400 quid on something you don't need. You idiot. Bolt Reptilia. Rip. Nothing. That can't be right. Why is it listed then if it's... No, I don't want the hood, just give me the thing. There we go. Which set of lights should we go for? These ones, I think. B or C for the front. Don't forget to upload it to the YouTube. B. And for the rear, I guess, also B. And back to the main body shop for the Hornet. And what I need windshield, so I bought a hood. Did I buy a trunk? I don't remember. What I'll do is I'll just clear the shopping list and go again. That's the wrong one. Why? What happened? Why do I have the wrong hood? This is a Bolt Reptilia, isn't it? This is a Bolt Reptilia R2. What? What's the difference? It's the Hornet, you fool. Reptilia. Reptilia left headlight. That's what I bought. Why is this not working? Why do you hate me, game? Why? Then what did I buy? This is getting expensive. I just bought it again. I bought the same thing. What? I don't understand. I'm confused. Screw it. Go to the track. No, I need to finish the car first. That's not what I bought. Then what did I buy? I 100% just bought a Reptilia set of... No, wrong one. Body shop. Bolt Reptilia R2. Is there two variants? I don't want the shop. Give me the trunk. You... Let's just buy the windows first. That's so annoying. No, to buy a window. I just bought that. There we go. What the hell is going on with this game? Why is it not accepting my choice of headlights? What's the difference between a Reptilia and a Reptilia R2? The Reptilia is a hatchback. That's why you've bought the hatchback bits, you idiot. Not a hatchback, a soft top. Well, I guess my next purchase is going to be one of them then. Body shop. Body tuning. Reptilia. See if there's a performance shop for... No, there isn't. That's where I went wrong. It's good to know. So I need to buy these. Bye. Bye. Man, it looks naff now. I can't be having those nasty license plates. Get them out. Ruining the whole aesthetic, man. Back plates. So there's every US state and most countries. Obviously there's no Scotland, because why would there be a Scotland? That's rude. We'll go for California plates. EX OnStar. Paint shop, and then the last thing I think, so we'll take it to the... Move the car to the paint shop. That's the car wash. Do I try that again? That achieved an awful lot. Move the car, move the car. Move the car to the paint shop. Thank you. The lights, I know. Oh, I forgot to put them in. Where are the lights? Oh, they're those ones that flip up like in Kit. Is everything intact now? I think so. I haven't put in the rear mirror. Oh, there's always one thing, isn't there? Open Sesame. Nope. Try again. What colour should we go for? Factory colour. That's the same colour it is just now. Let's pick. I think black metallic could look good. Yay! Yes. Black pearlescent. Chrome. Chameleon. I like a chameleon the best, I think. You're heading out? Okay, Toadman. I just realised your message. I just got your message. Have a good one. Don't forget to upload it to the YouTube. I apologise, man. I didn't notice that you'd gone. I'll upload the rest to the YouTube. Sorry. Move the car to the dyno. And the test. That's a good noise. You can see it. I don't like cars, but that is a noise. That noise is a good thing. Move it to the front of the garage. Oof. I can't take it anymore. I'm done. I'm done with being a car mechanic. Ah! Invisible wall! No! Cursed again. Foiled again. Drive the car around the racetrack. My record is 149. Let's see if I can beat that in this ship of a car. And then I'll sell it and then I'll end the stream. And thus will be the proof of why I don't stream this game. An hour and 40 to do one car. I'm starting to learn this track. It's a challenging little track. Like this corner throws me sometimes. I think it's the next corner is the one that I find the most difficulty with. Because there's no sign for it. Until you're already deep in it. Yeah. This car handles like a dog. Route 66. It's a fast corner, then a slow one. And then a medium left. Into the final corner, and I've gone wide, I've screwed my next lap. I've just smashed my lap record by 10 seconds despite screwing up. May handle like a dog, but it's fast as hell. Come on. Failure. Let's have a look at the car. Or let's have a look at the... Oh, the lights don't come up. That sucks. I'm trying to get the lights to appear. What's the point in having cool pop-up lights if they won't pop up? Right, I'll have one last try at a lap and then I'll call the stream. I reckon 134, 135 is doable in this car. Obviously not this lap because I've already scrubbed this lap. The last two corners are the most important ones. How much speed you carry out of this next corner's the most important. That was quite slow, but... Okay. I give up. The car is too hard to drive. It's fast, but I can't control it properly. And let's see. Do I recommend streaming this game? No. Do I recommend this game? It depends on who you are, what kind of thing you're into. As I say, I'm not into cars at all, but there's something about this game that just tickles my brain. This profit number, this is a nice thing. I spent, what, maybe 50,000, I would guess. I can't remember how much money I had started. I'll check in the VOD. Spammers, be gone. Get out of here, spammers, you're not welcome. I'll block them afterwards. But yeah, so I spent 10 grand on the car. I did it up, probably spent about 50 or 60 grand on it, and now I'm making a lot of money, so I'd say I'm probably making about 40 grand actual profit. And it's gone. The car doesn't exist anymore. Now, what would be cool, developers, if you ever happen across this, what would be really cool would be if the person who bought that car exists in the world and they come into my shop to get it serviced. That's a thing that would elevate this game so much. That car's just disappeared. It no longer exists. The last hour and a half is gone. I want to feel like I exist in a world when I play a game like this. What's the name of that game? Shopkeep, where you're a medieval shopkeeper, and the adventurers in that are your customer. Your customers recur. If you sell something to them, they come back with the items you sold them previously. Something like that would massively improve this game. But I detailed a few ways I think the game could be improved. But do I recommend it? I'd say try the demo. I'd absolutely unqualifiedly say the demo is worth your time. Try it, see if you enjoy it. It's a huge time sink, but it's only the time sink that you make it. And I hate this music, get this gone. What's missing in this? Tuning. I need to tune this car. But I'm going to call it here. You've seen the car, you've seen me build a car from scratch. There's nothing else to show you. Literally, that's the entire game. The test track, I've not shown you the testing track. That car doesn't start. This car doesn't start. Take the Golf. Move, Golf, move the car to test path. Drive. No, that's not what you do. You can also, I forgot to adjust the wheels on the previous car and the headlamps on the previous car. And I didn't run it on the test path, but this is really just to find broken parts. This isn't a simulation, really. Like the numbers you get off of this are the percentage that correspond to the amount of rust on the parts. Up there in the top left where it says 100%, that's just the parts that I've installed. And drive forward. And as you can see, the whole car is near to 100%, but it's not perfect. But this is not my car, so I don't care. It's all these rubber bushings, and I'm not going to pull them out because, like I say, it's not my car. And with that, I am going to go and play with buses. By which I mean I'm going to go and jump in front of a bus. I'm not. I'm being facetious. And here's the Eatomobile with its rusty innards. And on that bombshell, I shall say goodbye and see you later. Cheers.